Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is furious at the insurance companies in the state of Arkansas because they are planning to raise health insurance rates for everyone in the state by at least 6% in the coming 2026 calendar year. Huckabee Sanders came out last week and proclaimed that this is unacceptable. This is awful. How dare you raise your insurance prices on my citizens here in Arkansas? I am here to fight for them, and by God, I'm going to do it. Right? That's tough talk. That's good talk. That's what you want to hear from your state leader when the companies operating in your state try to screw you over. You want that. There's a problem, however. The reason these insurance companies are raising their rates is a direct result of the policies of 1, Sarah Huckabee Sanders in the state of Arkansas, 2, the Republicans in the House and Senate, and 3, Donald J. Trump. So it's Sarah Huckabee Sanders herself that caused this. The party that she is a part of helped cause it. And of course, the man who she used to work for, who she still supports with all of her heart, did this. So she can talk all the talk she wants about how unacceptable this is. Her and her party are the ones who inflicted this on the people of Arkansas, and for the record, the people of every state across the country. Because Arkansas is not the only place where this is going to happen. I imagine it will likely be an across-the-board type of thing. So here it is. First and foremost, Sarah Huckabee Sanders reduced the amount of money that the state of Arkansas is going to spend for Medicaid. We're going to spend less on Medicaid, which means insurance companies are going to get less money. And when they get less money from one source, they got to make it up somewhere, right? So they charge everybody else more. And it's the same thing with the Republican bill that cuts the federal spending on Medicaid. These health insurance companies, and granted, they're one of the slimiest companies on the planet. I have no love whatsoever for health insurance companies, and I don't, buy into their justification, but let me explain to you what it is. From Trump's policies to the House and Senate to Huckabee Sanders, all of them have called for these cuts. And whenever the healthcare companies see these things happening, like there will be fewer people on Medicaid, the ones who remain on Medicaid will not have as much to spend. Therefore, our income as a health insurance company goes down. Well, we can't have that. We need to make our $50 million, $60 million, CEO pay a year, because God forbid that person take a pay cut. So when the money stops coming from this source, they just go and stick it to the regular people who buy policies. They stick it to the companies who have health insurance policies for their employees. We all end up paying more because the federal government is paying less. So even if you're not on Medicaid, and I know a lot of people, including Republicans, think that these cuts to Medicaid are okay, because I'm not on Medicaid. What do I care? It's not going to affect me. Uh-oh. Here it is, affecting you, screwing you, making it more difficult for you. Everyone is affected by these decisions. Anytime there is a, punishing of the lower class, you may think it's fine because you're not in that lower class. But it makes its way to you one way or another. And that is what is happening here. And that is the lesson that everybody needs to walk away with. You may think that the cuts to Medicaid are not a big deal because you're not on Medicaid, you've got a good job, you're not going to lose it, you get health insurance through your company, but you still do pay for that, by the way. But the health insurance companies, as greedy as they are, say, we're not taking a pay cut. So if we're not going to get that guaranteed money from the government, well, we're going to get it from the other people because you need health insurance. And that's exactly what they're doing. So again, Republicans can piss and moan and tell us that this is outrageous all day long, because what they won't tell you is that this is a direct result of Republican policy. One last thing before I sign off. The Department of Justice recently sued 3 of the largest Medicare brokers and carriers for allegedly deceiving customers, claiming to be unbiased while pushing people into plans that didn't actually cover their needs, all to make a few extra bucks. Between Medicare scams, shady agents, and bloated insurance companies, it's too easy to get stuck in a plan that's overpriced or just plain wrong for you. I've partnered with Chapter because they're honest and genuinely here to help. I trust them enough that I told my own mom to call them up. They're the only advisors that compare every Medicare plan nationwide. They tailor their recommendations to you so you get the right coverage that fits your needs and saves you the most money. Chapter saves people thousands of dollars, and their support is totally free. There's also no obligation to sign up for anything. So if you're turning 65 soon or are already on Medicare, call the number on the screen to make sure your Medicare works for you. You won't regret it. Most people just wish they'd called sooner.